Grounded 2 is gonna have a giant tarantula maybe as a boss. This news broke with an Xbox Insider showcase showing some gameplay, but most importantly all, a mutation that listed pheromone shot. The only way we can acquire it is by killing Axel, who looks like he is a tarantula. As if Grounded never had enough spiders anyway. Really interesting to see they're going with a tarantula, which I always thought was a wall spider. Dumbass me. Kind of reminds me though of what to expect with new creatures. This is the first original spider they were going to add to Grounded. It was concept as part of pre-production before Grounded came out about a year and a half. Grounded changed obviously so much, but yeah, it's got me scared about potentially what kind of tarantulas and more creatures and bugs will have added to the game. Tarantulas can even walk on water apparently. And this nightmare fuel that was once in the coding for Grounded, could it make a return for Grounded 2? The Huntsman Spider, let me know. Grounded 2 is gonna have a giant tarantula maybe as a boss. This news broke with an
All right, we're ready. Game contains content and themes of violence, emotional abuse, sexual assault. Ooh, I like that one. Suicide, mental illness, child abuse. Let's put that. There we go.
If you find yourself experiencing a negative reaction or even a really good reaction, please call your doctor or these assholes so they can make fun of you and put you all over the internet about how much of a bitch you are when you play video games. You're an asshole. No, I just went to that shit. Come on, dude. We want this to be fucking scary. Now we're talking. Fucking hell. I mean, for a hallway with no lights. Excuse me, sorry. Let's go to the settings menu. Welcome. I'm gonna keep it normal because I don't know how fucked this is about to be. I said action. Damn.
I'm alone there now. In our...
The fuck out of here.
I got a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Could Mary really be here? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Oh, I get to play. I thought I was watching a movie the whole fucking time. Jesus. Let's go drive this super sweet. Wait, right? Yeah, there's. Hey, you left your car open. This is my car over here. Let's go. Don't leave a perfectly good van with a windshield wiper out here, would you? What the hell? Oh, I left my keys in the van. Did I really lock my keys in the van? Oh, jeez. Is there anything in the garbage? Oh. I feel like this is where I'm supposed to go. I bet you there was something in the other car. Hold on. Is there a map? What the hell? How the hell am I supposed to know how to get home? Well, there's my map. Anybody in the bathroom? Holy shit, it's dark. Oh, see, now this isn't gonna work. Hold on, I can't even fucking see it, dude. Are you kidding me? Where's the camera? Crank that back up a little bit. When you said dark, I didn't know it was gonna be that fucking dark. Can't see shit. Ah, it's better. Can just barely make out the words. Whatever the hell that's supposed to be. Mr. Anderson. We have one left. What the hell? What the fuck? I take it there is no... I don't think there's a camera. That's okay. I don't mind these. Just gonna throw it back out. Alright. Pretty good game, pretty solid. The bathroom looks impeccable. I want to see where I can go. Ah, fuck you. They even have bowling. Look at that. Let's go find out where that's at. Maybe Mary's playing bowling, bored as fuck, waiting on me to show up to Silent Hill. I don't know. I do know one thing, I don't like that fucking music. I wanna walk like a sociopath in the fucking woods. Very careful, very ominous. I look like a school shooter walking through the woods. What's in the trench coat, guy? Don't worry about it. What's in the trench coat? I said don't worry about it. I hear you creaking in the woods. You don't scare me. I should scare you. Peekaboo. I see you. It almost feels like somebody's behind me. And I kinda like it. Maybe it's a new friend. Maybe he's hungry. I don't know. No cause for concern. Come out, wherever you are. What do we have here? Alright, that was cool. I like that. Give me a second. Ow. Not much. What's going on, Bugs? Bugs, no funny.
It's like someone's groping around my skull.
What the hell is going on? Why is this not working? For real, dude. Wake up, laptop. Come on. Fucking take your sweet ass time, dude. I'm not trying to do anything important to me. Fucking piece of shit. Bro, you have a solid state drive built inside you. Why are you taking 15 minutes to do nothing? Piece of shit. Come on, dumbass. Come on, dumbass. Start the fucking game, bro. Maybe it's because you're calling it a dumbass. Well, maybe it's because it's fucking dumb. I don't know. It's definitely not smart. Can you close out these fucking windows? You know what? Do whatever the fuck it is you want, because apparently you don't give a fuck. This is wild, dude. All I asked was for fucking a game to fucking stream. And you won't even close out shit. love to play the fucking game, dude. Live, if I could be so lucky. Fucking whack ass internet. Where Ronald McDonald made this fucking internet. I swear to God. Every time you round up $1 to the Ronald McDonald Foundation, it's going to their internet foundation. All right, back to the spooky, scary forest. Hello? Oh, that's good. Oh, fuck me.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
Hey, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah, I'm looking
The
for
fuck you
Silent
lost
Hill.
here?
Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But... I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. And it's not just the fog, either.
There's something wrong with me.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe. It's kind of hard to explain, but
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No.
Don't worry, you're being vague as
it's
fuck.
just- I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
But why?
I'm looking for
Someone.
motherfucker.
Someone very important to me.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean, my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my
fucking
father
character
and
weird.
brother were here. But I can't find them either.
At the cemetery?
I'm sorry, it's not your problem.
No,
You're right. You're making
I
it
hope you
uncomfortable.
find them.
No.
Yeah, you too.
Excuse me. He just turns around, doesn't say shit, and fucks off. I love it. This is my game. Something wrong with the vlog? Something wrong with my character? Something wrong with me. Like the fog. I don't remember which way she pointed though. Are you just gonna stare at me until I leave? That's not weird. Fucking psycho. What happens if I go this way? I guess there's really only one way they let you go, huh? Maybe not. Ooh, I'd hate to be this guy. Ooh, even knows. Fuck you. I'm starting to get convinced there's nothing out here but farts and wind. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where the hell am I? The fuck does that say? All have sinned and fall short of something glory. What the hell? Oh, oh. Okay, I see. Everything in these tombstones? Alien is fucking blue. This is awfully weird. You put this church here, and I can't go in. I just got here. How the hell did I sin? And we were walking. We were walking. This is the 2026 walking simulator. It simulates walking across the world in many different environments with many different sceneries. Now introducing the cornfields. Wow, this is really cool. Not really at all. I know they're gonna fucking jump scare my ass in. Please avoid all puddles, as your shoes will get muddy. You might have to cover up that license plate for. I'm gonna adjust the settings because I don't like this buggy ass shit that's going on. Full screen window apply settings. Okay, hold up. The hell are the graphics? I cannot play with it fucking skipping like this. It's gonna drive me crazy, dude. And I don't understand where the hell you hid this shit. Jesus Christ. Thank God. Fucking ears are ringing from that stupid bell. Ding, 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 ding. What a world different. Still looks the exact same. Crazy. Come on, Silent Hill. Advanced, you can't even play them. It's gonna be great. We'll get like 17 people to play the game. It'll be great. Apparently, you gotta fucking run everywhere. It's so fucking fun. Can't just walk like a fucking sociopath. Where the fuck am I supposed to be going? Gate. Oh boy, with the fucking lag, dude. I'm about to cut this game off. I'm
Hello?
gonna get mad.
Anyone in here?
What's in here? Something scary? What? What waits inside? Let's find out. Hello? Hey, I'm just here to pick up my paycheck. That's okay. Maybe some keys? Hey. It's not a robbery if nobody caught me. Safe key. Why don't you flick the lever, dude? Fucking guy's smart. Good. I see a dot right there. Or maybe not. Oh, I see. Went to town to get the window fixed. Spare keys in the drawer. Yeah, I know, I got it. Where the hell is the safe, dude? Still can't fucking see me. You kidding me? Come on. That just looks like shit. Barely see. I don't see a safe. What the hell? What the fuck is this key doing? Oh. I thought it was for a safe. It said safe. Right on. I don't like the way he walks. He doesn't walk like a normal person. He walks like a fucking AI. Or like a robot. Come on, stop lagging. Hello? That's weird. It almost sounds like something snoring. You hear that? Like a big ass beast. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We're headed that way anyways. Not with the lag. I should probably stay on the sidewalk. You never know when a car is coming through the fog, you know? Whoa! Fuck. I fucking hit. Gotta start all over. Oh, what the fuck? Come on, lag. Feeling awfully lonely in this fucking place that I was told had a lot of people. Had a lot of poople. Now where the hell do we go? Running out of map, dude. to Sanderson Street. Guess it depends on what we gather. I'm gonna say we're not going that way. Oh boy. Ah, jeez. Oh, jeez. You mean to tell me I can't open that fucking gate? Alright. I'm just gonna check your mail then. You're lucky. You don't have it. Hey, this place looks open. Let me guess, another piece of man. Enjoy your stay. Oh, you're lying to me now. Hold on. Wait a minute. Is there a way to go back? I think you could still go back. Dude, look at all the places. Excuse me, sorry. I'd love to know what I'm supposed to be doing. Hello, are you open? Oh, thank God. You got any fresh flowers? A customer came in today, ordered a mixed boutique, red and white. I tried to explain it's a bad or the fuck, but we couldn't decide on just one. It seemed a bit off. Looked at me like I wasn't even there. Then he just left. Said he'd be back to pick him up later. I just wanted to let you know, since I might be gone by then. Well, thank God you let me know. We'll put a bolo out on this fucking weirdo. Alright, time to start my shift. How much money we got in the register? Nothing? Ah, jeez. Mysterious stain.
What is this?
What could it be? Looks like somebody shit their pants. Okay. No fucking idea what I'm supposed to do. I found more. Where is it going?
Stuff.
Hello? Hey, I'm looking for Mary. Have you seen her?
Hey, wait.
Hey, wait. Hey, dickhead, I was talking. Hey, man, I was talking. Hello? Hello? Anybody in here? I hear you. Hello? How in the hell do we become friends? I feel like he's gonna be making that sound a lot.
What happened to this town?
Whoa. Can I go down? Am I not allowed to go down there? What do you want me to do? I feel like that one way I was going was the right way. What was it? It was like right here. Something in here. This is the farthest I've gone. Looking for a friend. You go. You got all quiet. be that guy. Hey, we're gonna get our asses whooped. That's it! That's it! What is that? Is that a sex doll? Do you know where Mary is?
Stay back.
Stay down! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! All units be advised. We gotta strip her down.
What was that thing?
It's a stripper. Look at the heels.
Is this what I saw in the fog? Whatever it is, it's not human.
It could have been. Hey, a granola bar. Oh, I can't go back. There's no way out from here. I'm destined to die with this stripper. Wait. Don't do that to me. He's not closing the door. Is this a duffel bag full of money? Oh. Is that the COVID vaccine? Yeah, we'll need that for later. Never know when you need the COVID vaccine. A little bit of property damage. It didn't hurt nobody. That's a monster. Replicating her voice. Guaranteed!
Where are you, Mary?
the ambience.
Sad.
What? No? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Excuse me, sir. May I ask you not to scare the fuck out of me like that next time? Trying to read notes. The fuck is that? Something's about to happen. That's why they're giving me a save. I know it. I know it. I know it. Alright, what do you got for me? I see you. You little fucking rat. I don't like this street. You better stay the fuck away from me, or I will fucking kill you. I fucking warned you! What did I tell you? Fuck you! Where was that static? Ah, jeez. I don't like that. They do that same shit in movies. Time to get paid. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to figure this out. There's something around here. Alright, hold on. There's a note or something. Hey, more medicine. Yeah, that works. Now what would be... There's a room back there. Oh. The fuck am I reading this for? Is it the license plate? Struggling to figure it out. It's a hell of a code if it is. What the fuck is going on here? I don't understand. You only get 2 buttons. Oh, okay. Oh. Back. Fuck you! You're not stealing my David Buster token, bitch! Cool, now what the fuck does that do? Still a no on that. Yeah, that's 2 of them down. I'm gonna stop anybody that gets a mama. What we got? After thorough examination, a team of experts, dowsers from the association conclude the area surrounding the non-historic Wilstead coal mine to be highly active. They also expressed their hopes for further research and exploration of the gorge. Those hopes, however, were never fulfilled due to the location being restricted as a historic nature preserve, as declared by the Silent Hill Historian Society. Additionally, the idea was met with resistance from the local community, which claimed that the nature of the association's research would hinder tourist activity in the area. Questioning the credibility of our research and hiding behind day trippers seems like an excuse to prevent us from seeing what's really out there. Commented one of this of any dowsings methods. Opinions expressed in the article do not reflect the author's views. Okay. A lot of books. A lot of learning. Okay. Oh, whoa. The fuck? Super clean. Deluxe on deluxe automatic wash. Women, it's getting hot. Chill out. Chill out. Okay. Okay.
GT World Challenge Europe, powered by AWS Endurance Cup, comes to Monza in Italy this weekend for its second round, its first 3-hour blast, and the last chance for teams to run the cars before the crowd strike 24 hours of Spa. Monza is a fabulous circuit, high speed, old school, and the echoes of its long history are to be found everywhere. 59 cars are on the entry list this weekend, 10 different brands, and a slightly different format with 3 mandatory pit stops due to the high-speed nature and therefore the higher fuel consumption of this circuit. High temperatures as well as high speeds this weekend, and that means the race this afternoon is going to be a real challenge for drivers and teams. For sure, we're in for a fascinating race this afternoon. May has already been a busy month for SRO Motorsports, with action in GT World Challenges Australia, America and Asia, as well as Europe. In Australia, action in Sydney under the lights gave wins to Ferrari, and Rennie Gracie was a very popular class winner after a well-deserved victory in her Audi. At Brands Hatch, GT World Challenge Europe Sprint Cup kicked off, with Ferrari and Mercedes AMG splitting honours. There was action too in Asia at the spectacular Mandalika circuit, where Mercedes AMG was out of luck early on, and Porsche struck gold with 2 wins for 2 different teams. In terms of global manufacturer points, that was great news for Porsche, and it helped the German marque catapult up the order. A 76-car entry has been received for this year's CrowdStrike 24 Hours of Spa, with some famous names returning and some making their debut. Valentino Rossi and Kevin Magnussen sharing a car has caught attention as they bid for victory. The greatest GT3 race of them all promises to be a classic. The next stop in Europe, though, was Zandvoort for the second sprint event, and more global manufacturer points for Porsche as Rutronic Racing came through, with Sven Muller and Patrick Niederhauser winning race 1, as Mauro Engel and Lucas Sauer, who'd won at Brands Hatch, got shuffled back in the pack in their Mercedes AMG. Honours for Porsche in race 1.
Our
While
turn,
race
let's
2
go.
had a Ferrari lockout at the front of the grid, but in the end it was Team WRT's BMW
Team Ferrari,
that
let's
came
go.
through victorious after excellent pit strategy and a faultless race. There was more success for BMW over in America, the famous airfield circuit of Sebring giving BMW another chance to shine. The flat airfield circuit seemingly well suited to the grunt and go BMW, while Porsche lost points by spinning away a good position. More success, more points for BMW then over in America. And this weekend there's been action both in Asia and Australia. At the Queensland Raceway, for example, Audi led away, but there was drama behind, cars scattering as Rennie Gracie made her way through the pack, gaining places and looking for more class success. Honours, though, in race 1 went the way of Audi, life in the old dog yet. There was more drama in race 2, more cars off into gravel beds, and another victory for Audi, and that's helped Audi Sport in the global manufacturers competition. GT World Challenge Asia kicked off with drama at turn 1 in Buriram, cars spinning out of contention, and through all the drama of race 1, it was, believe it or not, yet another Audi victory. Race 2 had drama right from the start, bodywork flying, cars going left and right, and Hack having to scatter in avoidance. And the drama didn't even there. More cars in stride. Ferrari spinning, and through it all for victory came Chevrolet. A Corvette success in race 2 in GT World Challenge Asia at the Chang International Circuit.
Let's go, Ferrari.
And so if you take all of the different GT World Challenges around the globe together, and the manufacturer points look like this after the racing overnight down under and in Asia. Mercedes AMG then ahead of BMW M, from Porsche 3rd, Ferrari 4th, and Audi rounding out the top 5. Let's see whether Mercedes can build on that in the next 3 hours here at Monza. Welcome then to our second Endurance Cup round of GT World Challenge Europe, powered by AWS. It is another monster grid, 59 on the entry list, 58 coming to the circuit because we lost Stanley and Aston Martin yesterday. Antoine Potti had an off coming out of the back.
Going double fire.
Damage enough to render that car down. It's going to be a fascinating race because like last year, there will be 3 mandatory pit stops and 2 tweaks to the regulations for this explore in terms of pit stop strategy. We have this as a pit stop tyres if you wish. You don't have to, but you can only change 2. You can't put a whole new set on. So much debate as to when you run that pit stop with the no driver change and whether or not you bother with tyres. You do it early, you put your best driver in at the start, double stint him, and let him cope with the older rubber, or do you try and do that towards the end of the race, so he does a double stint, but the last stint is going to be on those older tyres? Well, the answer is we don't yet know, but we're going to find out over the course of 3 hours. David Anderson and Joe Osborne. Trackside, Alex Legui will be controlling the pits and the grid for us. And Joe, this is a proper, fast, old-school circuit.
Yeah, the temple of speed, and look at it flow around the parkland of Monza. 3 corners, 11 corners, very mighty streets. It's one of the driver's favourites because it is so fast. There's so many overtaking opportunities and very little margin for error. Rubber tracks are very close, which really do hurt if you do make a mistake. We're actually going to go on board. This is the number 52 AF course Ferrari. And we're actually chasing a sister car number 50 into turn number 1 here. Speed's climbing all the way, 275 corners out, 170 miles an hour. We hit the brakes at the 150 metre mark. Down 4 gears, you can see that McLaren coming out of pit lane, actually hurting the 50 car. This will be a common theme in the race. Tucked up on the bump, you can see our headlights glistening back. Now another long run, 20 seconds, full throttle, out of turn 2, through curve around there. Here we're just trying to go the shortest distance possible, keep it to the inside. We're already thinking about the second chicane. The brake reference is the gantry that you're going to go under here, and you're going to go down 4 gears. How much curve are you going to use on the left? The car in front committing all over it, tentoring all the wide. It is dirty on it, so you can see that being thrown in our face. Lesmo number 1, Apex speed 130 k's, a tiny brake, 4 gear. Bring it in, there's a gunny on that curve on the Apex you want to use. Careful track limits on the exit. Lesmo 2, brake at 50, pop off the brake, hope the front gets in there, and the car avoids this ground trap on the exit. You can see how much gravel gets brought onto the circuit. Then this long run to the Scarlet chicane now. We're actually going underneath the old Monza map built in 1922. Our brake reference and the Marshall still on the line. We hope they haven't moved from the previous lap. Down to 3rd gear here. Apex speed 120. Now we're flat through the right. The curve speed rising 180 k on exit, and then into the last corner. Parabolica. Really difficult corner to get right here because you're concentrating on exit speed, but because it's a long corner, your entry speed wants to be high too. You want to brake as late as you can in this last ball, the 50 ball, then the photography gantry on the inside, your Apex reference, full throttle, unwind the lock, let it work wide, let the speed build, but then come back over to the right. Just try and get the short distance to the finish line, and then you're starting to feel the slipstream as we get that speed coming down the pit straight into turn 1. This is our best overtaking spot.
I know how to race this fucking track, bro. Why does the car jump so hard? Never seen any car jump so fucking hard on this track, dude.
We won Spa at the same season, and was something really incredible. 2008 and 9 and 10 we won 4-time the GT1 championship. You know, was a best mix. Was a German with the Italian one. In terms of team, the car was a really strong car, incredible teammate, many years, but with Michael was a strong connection. In the last 10-12 years, I race always with Lewis Michaels. To win the championship with him is something special. You know, I was lucky. In my life, I race always with a strong team, strong car, and strong teammate. It's the right time to stop. 25 years, everything is start here, and I'm so happy to finish my career here in Monza. Yeah, it's special.
So the grid is formed, and one of the drivers on this grid is Andrea Bertolini. It's an emotional weekend for him. Let's go to the grid. Let's join Alex Legui, and she is with Andrea Bertolini.
Well, that was Andrea Bertolini, and here we have him on the grid. Andrea, we've just seen some incredibly powerful and very emotional footage of you. And here we are in Monza, your home circuit. Years and years of the most incredible racing that you've done. How are you feeling as you prepare to step into your race car for the final time?
It's difficult to explain, you know. We are in Italy, it's last dance, and it's so emotional. Yeah, we achieve a lot of success, but I have give me the opportunity to decide when. Ciao ragazzi, ciao.
It is quite a day. Andrea Bertolini's last race then. So good luck, farewell. He will be missed because what Andrea Bertolini has achieved has been remarkable. He will continue the pace with multiple successes. Let's get back down to the grid and rejoin the race.
Well, Fernando, what an incredibly emotional grid this is turning out to be.
Well, it was not easy today for us because we are lacking a little bit of straight line performance. We put our man when I was in Formula 1, he was right for the MC well. He's a great driver, team player, and
so we hope that it's with us in the first so that Andrea Bertolini does get into the start grid. But it's going to start at 8th, as we say, it's AMG Lockout in front of the grid, against in front of the grid, of course.
Car on the right.
Words.
Clear on the right.
Marco, your car has shown impressive pace this weekend, especially considering how many difficulties your sister cars had. You're here, right in the sharp end of the grid. What can you do here at Monza?
It's really on pace.
And that's a racing team.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Just to get between the people, that's going to be started by Pablo Bortolotti. So one or two of the cars will be coming back.
Would you mind repeating that in French?
Merci beaucoup pour m'avoir ici. Je pense que la similitude entre les drivers et mon challenge, c'est que en fait, c'est pas un sport individuel, c'est un sport collectif et que sans toute la team que j'ai eue derrière et sans toute la team que les drivers ont, donc tous les ingénieurs, toute l'équipe, on n'arriverait pas à l'objectif qu'on se donne. Donc c'est important de rappeler que c'est un sport collectif et pas individuel.
Great insight. Merci beaucoup.
So from Paris to Milan on 14-26 days, not bad going at all. Just the 3 hours ahead of the drivers here. Amaro Engel there getting ready. He's going to start from the outside of the front row of the grid. Got his race face on now. And what the main fascination for the first 45 to 50 minutes is going to be, do drivers that start do this double stint, if you like? Do they stay in the car for the pit stop without the driver change, or do the teams use that later on? Tyre degradation, we're told, is pretty minimal.
Yeah, really low here. The new surface so smooth. The Pirelli tyres offering good grip and good endurance in equal measures almost. It's a hard one to call with the minimum driver stint of 45 minutes. I think the first drivers will obviously all get to that, and then if there is a safety car along full course yellow in between 45 and their maximum stint of 52, then I think they might do a driver reset time and then go. So lots of options on strategy this afternoon.
Lamborghini has a chance. Maurizio Lafrita, who is the head of motorsport, is with Alex.
Maurizio, it's a real privilege to have you here on the grid in Monza. We have around 50,000 fans here. Just how special is it with your long-term partnership with SRO? How good is it to be here racing at this level?
I'm not sure it can get much better, to be honest. We do indeed have a long-standing relationship with SRO, because arguably and undeniably the success of Stefan's vision is clear. We're very happy also to be back with the Super Trofeo this year on the SRO platform, and we're looking forward to many more years of successful collaboration together, and today we will enjoy the race.
Grazie mille. Go and get cool. Grazie.
There is keeping cool, number 63 Lamborghini, Mirko Bortolotti, Luca Engel, Jordan Pepper. Those cars have got better and better as the weekend went on. First practice session yesterday, they just seemed to be going deliberately slowly, because we were talking about how slow the lap times were. They weren't pitting, but they weren't doing proper lap times. And then you get a qualifying and the Pro Cup car, boom, inside of the second row.
Yeah, and I spoke to Jordan Pepper. He was happy. So it was obviously part of their strategy, but it was an odd one, and they've been rising up, up, up as the weekend's gone on.
And as we are getting closer to race start, well, let's go back to the grid and Alex.
Jules, we know what you can get out of this car on a quali lap, but how tough is it going to be to convert that to pole here at Monza?
Yeah, well, we're gonna see right now. The track is full of fun. It's very nice to see 59 cars on the grid. It's amazing. We're on the best starting position. It's a long straight ahead before the first corner, always tricky there. So we'll try to go a good start and then see what's gonna happen.
Best of luck.
So Jules Gounod starts from pole position, and again, interesting that they've decided to put the fastest driver in first rather than keeping him to the end should there be a late race safety car.
Yeah, they're fortunate, aren't they, that Fabian Schiller in Q3 was less than a tenth of a second off Jules there, so I think they've got two strong. Lucas Stoltz in the same car, the third driver, has been very quick, 6 tenths off in quality, so I think that was a bit of an issue. With some feedback, and yeah, I think that car is strong, and it's alongside Marley too.
McLaren has a good chance here as well. McLaren's sporting director is Rob Bell, and let's hear his thoughts before we go racing.
Out of all categories, McLaren are doing rather well, aren't they, here in Monza? You've won here before. How tricky a challenge is it?
Well, first of all, it's great to be here. It's great to be in the sharp end with our cars. And looking to both survival, the first hour is just get through that first corner, see where you are. Don't worry about the end of the race quite yet. And you've got to look after your machines here because the service has got more grip now, the tyres have got more grip. So there's a lot of energy to get through, and actually we're going to have to be looking after our cars just to get to the end of this 3 hours of upbeats, and let's see if we can attack in the last half hour.
Brilliant. Insight. Thank you so much, Rob.
Clear on the right.
Knowledge of circuits.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
You can see how busy the grid has been now. Everybody, VIPs, team members, officials have to try and squeeze themselves back through the pit lane. But one car starting from the pit. It looks like it might have 66 hours to go. It is. That's had an engine change, I understand. Although Nicholas will go first. He did miss the last part of the qualifying after a problem. So that car will start from the pit lane. They've got something like that. They're all back road. But anyway, I'm not happy to go to the grid. They've had a bit more time to work on the car.
Yeah, exactly. Last time I went past it, it was fully in pieces. So not the worst place to start on a 50 on the car grid. You are going to miss any potential carnage at turn number 1. So that car's been quick over the course of the season and this weekend. Just what Rob Bell was saying there about the energy in the car, I was worried about how much through the suspension and drivetrain and they're going to have to manage that. But yeah, one of the big guys and seeing a new outcome.
Yeah, that's out
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Running from the bronze car to a first star driver to watch behind the wheel. So as we look at different competition cars, in bronze, Garage 59 188. Compton Racing, one entry is on pole in silver. In gold, it's Garage 59 38. McLaren and in pole, there's the white, is the Get Speed Mercedes, Stoltz and Fabian Schiller, showing 17, 58, McLaren, correct, wow, it's changing there, Cody Powers,
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Four class pole position winners. Position, always trying to get out of the pack, if you like, going into that first pitch point of the chicane. And some good races today already where drama has kicked off out of that first corner. Quite a lot of ground held on the control.
Clear on the right.
Safely through that chicane because they're big cars, there's not a lot of space. Some up the escape road, yes, but all it takes is for somebody to turn in and somebody to break a fraction late and you can get spun around, and then it starts to become bedlam as people try and dodge around. 22, Porsche is a car to watch. That is going to be started by Maurice Schuring. There is 21. That is the car for Kirby Powells, and the grid is formed. It is good to go. The race will be behind, of course, for the first formation lap, the safety car, then they'll be released and 3 hours will be underway. As we have a quick stroll past number 81 Mercedes, the car started by Renat Salikov. 6'11" there is Tim Santler, new to the championship. On his outside, Benjamin Ricci for Santalok. So now that the track is just about clear, the drivers are getting ready for the final minute boards to count down. There is that Schumacher CLRT Porsche that is Maurice Schuring to start. Larry ten Voorde, very, very successful Porsche 1-mate champion, and Ian Guven, who also came out of Porsche 1-mate racing. The Porsches weren't quite there on pure pace in qualifying this morning, but over 3 hours, cars to watch. There's another of them, the Rutronic car that had power steering failure yesterday. Sven Müller at the wheel. Over his shoulder is treble 7, which is Al-Faisal Al-Zubair to start. Very quick driver, but Jens Klingmann, one of the co-drivers, a winner of this equivalent race last season. Right, engines fire. 98 BMW from the Rover Racing team. Augusto Farfus to go first. Depending on what class you're in, that's going to affect the way that you roll the drivers, isn't it? So we've got an awful lot to try and keep on top of here, when I say we, you, for the next 3 hours. But this is going to be really interesting.
Yep, 4 classes, obviously the pro cars dominating qualifying because of the combined nature of it, but it doesn't mean the fastest drivers are necessarily going to be in those cars at the end of the race. We've got 10 different manufacturers out there, all with different strengths and weaknesses around this Monza circuit, so we're going to have to keep our eyes open during this first stint just to see how the cars transform as the fuel load comes off and those tyres start to degrade.
And there's one car there still with a door open and a mechanic on the grid, and that's bad news. So normally if there is anybody still with the car after the 1 minute board, there might be a penalty, but that could, by the look of it, be Team Italy BMW, number 15, which is Marcello Tomassoni at the wheel. Right, formation lap is underway, and yeah, there is a problem for 15, but the fact that the mechanic is still on the grid, I'm sure that's going to get them a penalty, isn't it? They can't get the car to fire up. Yellow flags away. They need that off the grid. It'll have to start from the pit lane, but with a mechanic being there after the 1 minute board, there's a penalty in the system straight away, I would have thought.
Yeah, it's going to be a start from pit exit and then a drive-through penalty, I think, unfortunately, for car 15. Hopefully it gets fired up now. Let's see.
Let's look at the grid then, which is a busy one with Jules Goun on Amaro Engel at the very front. Mirko Bortolotti on the second row of the grid with Franck Pereira for company, then Benji Goethe and Dean McDonald on row 3. Row 4, you can see Maxi Goetz, Mercedes, alongside Alessio Rivera's Ferrari. Then you've got James Kells, McLaren, Nicky Tim, Aston Martin. Charles Wirtz, winner at Paul Ricard. That car number 32 is alongside 33. Thierry Vermeulen starts. The bronze pole, Guillermo Rivera, alongside the silver pole, Kobe Powells. Then Augusto Farfus, Maurice Schuring come next ahead of Arthur Leclerc. Busy day for the family with the Grand Prix on as well. Alex Arca is next from Renat Salikov, then Michele Beretta. Tim Santler, making his championship debut, lines up alongside Benjamin Ricci ahead of Sebastian Ugard and Yannick Meckler. Then Marzio Moretti, who was in the gravel yesterday with a puncture. David Pittard alongside him. Sven Müller a long way back. Al-Faisal Al-Zubair, a man to watch, ahead of Ivan Klimenko. And then Rolf Ineiken, who's returned to the championship this year. Alex Malikin is next with Jared Roberski alongside. Next up comes the Thai driver Tanat Safran-Tirakul and Gabriel Rindon on his outside ahead of Alex Buncombe for Team RJM and CSA Racing's Maxime Robin. Romain Larue is next with Gilles Stasbader for company. Loris Kabiru lines up alongside the Mustang of Romain Andriolo and ahead of Antares Al, and alongside him is Job Ropange, whose brother's also in the race. Thomas Drouet and Darren Lung come next ahead of Nicola Rossi and Baptiste Moulin. He's had a grid drop incidentally to fall down to 23rd row. Ralph Byrne is next alongside Lorcan Hannafin. Then Louis Machiels in the car, Andrea Bertolini will take over. Dustin Blattner next, ahead of Marcello Tomassoni, then Christian Hook. Christian Bogle is alongside James Allen. Chris Froggatt got a grid drop. James Kellett had a problem in qualifying. Andre Nukavolz is going to start from the pit lane, and Ganin Salah Al-Manhid rounds out the grid in the Santa Lotran Qatari Audi. Number 15 BMW has been pushed into the pit lane, we understand.
It is synonymous with parties, wealth, and luxury, an El Dorado for young people and tourists, a sanctuary of wealthy American retirees. Florida.
People come to Florida just to kind of really relax and enjoy themselves.
A state with heavenly beaches, breathtaking landscapes, and millionaires' villas. But this postcard image, symbol of the American dream, hides an entirely different reality. some of the deadliest and most dangerous roads in the USA, with more than 1,100 accidents a day and 3,000 deaths a year, a roadside inferno on the brink of implosion.
We have to sound the alarm. This is just unacceptable.
Accidents, pileups, traffic offenses, violence, urban rodeo, and illegal races. Join us and discover the flip side of the Florida road scene.
There's absolutely a lot of things that make driving in Florida crazy. The population density here is immense. We're adding more and more people to Florida, and we're not making more roads.
Why did Florida become one of the most accident-ridden and deadly states in the USA? What's really going on these roads? How to explain such a scourge? To answer these questions, we conducted a survey through the state and its 430,000 kilometers of roads. First, Miami Beach on the Atlantic coast, the capital of partying and excess and the cause of many accidents. Then, the Miami suburbs, where the state's worst offenders are. Also, the freeways, especially Interstate 4, the deadliest in the USA. And the legendary overseas highway connecting the Keys to the mainland, where the slightest accident can have catastrophic consequences. Discover two phenomena that plunge Florida into mourning every day. Accidents involving luxury cars and slingshots, superpowered machines that can become veritable killing machines. And the vehicles driven by seniors that crash into houses and storefronts. A spectacular and uncontrollable plague.
The driving it's out of hand.
Join us on a never-before-seen tour of Florida to find out how one of America's tourist hotspots has become a destination fraught with danger. Our investigation begins on the southeast coast in Miami. It's a port area nicknamed the Gateway to America, located on the Biscayne Bay. A town of 500,000 inhabitants facing Miami Beach, a seaside resort lined with white, sandy beaches, turquoise water, and famous for its legendary fiestas. A place of all kinds of excess that attracts some 25 million tourists a year.
When you're looking at other people that are visiting, when they're coming down here, they're just looking to have fun and party and blow off. They're not the same type of vacationers that are going to Disney World in Orlando that are taking their kids. This is like an adult vacation Disney World. People come to Florida just to kind of really relax and enjoy themselves.
In this city of show and luxury, many tourists want to take advantage of their vacations. So much so that Florida has become leader in the luxury car rental sector, a flourishing market that generates millions of dollars. A real fashion statement among tourists.
And we've seen when behind they get the wheel and they have the power of 2,500 pounds plus, and they can go that fast, or they can't run that fast or bike that fast, they become somebody else. They become very aggressive.
Are renting these types of cars to go show off and, look like they're somebody special or somebody cool, so they go and rent these supercars. Maybe they're trying to attract women or whatever it may be, and then they end up driving crazy and crashing them.
Rafael knows his phenomenon well. For 20 years now, he has been an accident paparazzo. His job to survey the roads and in around Miami to film every incident. Armed with his camera, tuned to a police and fire department's radios, he knows as soon as an accident occurs. He then sells the footage to local TV stations to fill the news section. His best-selling footage is a luxury car accidents, a veritable scourge in the region.
People rent those cars and then they destroy those cars. Most of those cars are rentals. And so the people rent them, they a lot of times never had an exotic car before, maybe never even drove an exotic car before. They have a lot of power, so they speed a lot, they drive reckless, and a lot of times these people are either drinking too much alcohol or they're using drugs, and they're not as focused as they normally would be, and now they're driving this very fast car, and a lot of times they lose control.
Tourists who think they're real racing drivers, faced with the power of these luxury cars, and with the drivers under the influence of alcohol or drugs, accidents are inevitable. Tragedies that are a godsend for our night reporter.
I mean, every day I go to work, I hope nobody dies and I still make money. But usually, in order to make good money, I have to have crazy stories like multiple fatalities. So if there's going to be a crash with, 2 people, 3 people dead, that's always what the TV stations go by.
Minutes later, Raffio intercepts an announcement on the police airwaves. A serious road accident has just occurred.
We're on 27th Avenue. They already called 1 trauma alert from the crash. I heard it's a rollover with 4 people possibly injured. So. And now we might have someone trapped in the vehicle. They're sending more units. Let's try to get as close as we can without them bothering us.
Our paparazzo is faced with the carcass of a car completely overturned, a loss of control accident. Camera on shoulder, Raffio films as much as he can to send to the TV stations.
I mean, for me and for what I do, the types of crashes that I cover that the news stations are going to want to buy are the kind of crashes that involve high-end luxury or exotic cars, It's just that because, normally you don't see that type of car driving around very, very often. And even less do you see one of those high-end luxury cars, supercar, destroyed and in pieces. So I think that's one of the things people want to see, those types of cars actually destroyed. And
in his career, Raffio has covered hundreds of luxury car accidents. Spectacular images that fetch up to $240. Like the evening our paparazzo filmed this Ferrari pulverized by a loss of control. Or this Porsche, which ended up in the canal following a collision with another Porsche at over 160 kilometers an hour. Excessive speed that led to the deaths of the 2 drivers. But one accident in particular left its mark on the reporter.
Yeah, this was a really wild and crazy crash that I covered. It was on the 163rd Street Bridge in Sunny Isles Beach, I believe it was, and there was a guy in a Ferrari that apparently had some kind of trouble with it, and he stopped right on the motorway, and apparently he got out to try to find out what's going on with his car. Maserati came speeding by and just crashed into the guy standing next to his Ferrari and ripped the door right off, and the Maserati crashed into the Ferrari driver and sent him flying up in the air and down into the water below the bridge. But from what I understand, they didn't find his body. Apparently the woman that was driving the Maserati actually was drunk.
Takes too many other lives into consideration.
Beyond accidents linked to the rental of powerful cars, other ultra-dangerous and totally illegal phenomena have for years been spreading in the Miami suburbs. In the heart of the slums, at dusk, groups of people gather along to indulge in illegal car racing. Driving at over 200 kilometers an hour. These street racers will take any released in 2001, this extreme sport has gained increasing numbers of followers all over the country. But the biggest traffic crime in Florida has to deal with its whole other illegal activity: urban roading.
My passion is what I love to do.
The aim of these riders is to have fun as a group on the road in their motorized vehicles.
Riding with other people, that's the best thing. That's the best feeling in the world to me.
Roadways. For these kids, it's a way of life. To let off steam. To stay away from crime, gangs, and the drug cartels. Their slogan, wheels up, guns down. It's an activity that has always won over foreign visitors to Florida. Like this group of English riders who have come to join in.
I knew about the bikes and my friend come here first. Obviously he come back to England and showed us all. Obviously they're the best places to ride. Taking risks is obviously part of the thrill and part of the fun. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people like to do crazy things, you know what I mean? So that's what I like to do. It's my favourite thing.
Aboard motorized vehicles, these enthusiasts take to the Miami streets in broad daylight. A pack of around 50 riders taking all manners of risks. Speeding through the streets, causing chaos on the road, risking their own lives and those of other road users. Raising incivilities and road delinquency under the noses of the Florida police. In Florida, a law passed in 2012 prohibits officers of the law from pursuing dangerous drivers to avoid causing an accident themselves. Thus, faced with this phenomenon, the police are helpless to intervene.
Unless the crime committed is a violent, forcible felony, the officers will not pursue. They'll try and stop, but if they take off and they show evasive action, we will shut it down.
A totally illegal and dangerous hobby responsible for over 150,000 accidents a year. When today's fun is over, many riders return injured. Common injuries in this extreme sport, but sometimes the accidents are much more serious.
Everybody got hit by a car. They go back now and see where everybody else is.
This evening, a gang member is missing. One has had a terrible accident at this traffic light junction. The young rider was hit by a car. A side collision hurled the young man to the ground. This footage shows the awful consequences. This night,
I don't know if they probably might put it back together. I don't know his leg. Good.
What they need to do is stand on the streets. And that's where they put dirt road.
despite a tragic accident taking a gang member's leg, the aim is to make circles on the road by squeaking. Every evening, armed with
violate the laws, people eventually get hurt.
a fad that brings chaos to Florida's roads and is responsible for over 400 deaths. Unusual phenomenon. Like here, in this clothes store. Watch closely. While customers are peacefully looking at clothes, another camera films the impact from a different angle. This accident, which fortunately killed a year-old woman, who is shocked by what she has done. Element in these incidents is the involvement of the elderly, with over 40% of them
here, and a lot of them come at what we call snowbirds, where they come during the winter months for vacation. Plus, also South Florida is home for a lot of tourists. You have a combination of those three factors when it comes to older drivers.
So why do some drivers, especially senior citizens, inadvertently run into buildings? Several factors explain these accidents. The degenerative brain diseases affecting many pensioners can lead to disorientation and loss of driving skills. Others are on medications that can slow down certain reflexes. Finally, the loss of motor skills and lack of reactivity associated with old age are also at the root of these tragedies.
There's a lot of impediments that can happen as you age in place. You're losing your vision, your mobility, your physical mobility is limited, your reaction time is different than when you were younger.
You know, driving is a skill. It's not necessarily a right. So, as long as people are honing their skills of driving, but with time, as people's reactions change with age, so they have to constantly look at that and see when it's time for somebody to hang up their driver's license. And it's the toughest thing to do because certain individuals believe that's their ticket to freedom, ticket to their ability to go wherever they want to do. That's a problem, but we have to address it.
The phenomenon has spread from Florida across to the entire country. In the USA, there are almost 100 window crashes every day. To curb these accidents, the authorities and associations run prevention campaigns all over the state to make driving safer.
We try to educate the older drivers as early as possible, show them that there are alternatives to driving if that's something that they're really considering doing anytime soon.
And we also know that older drivers tend to reduce their driving from situations they're not comfortable from. That may be restricting themselves from driving on highways. It may be restricting driving at night or in highly congested times a day.
Alternative forms of transport, plus road infrastructures better adapted to the elderly.
We expect the share of older drivers in Florida to continue to increase into the future. And so it's critical in Florida that they look at improving their transportation system in terms of making it easier for older drivers to navigate. Florida is a leader in addressing the needs of older drivers. They've moved to larger street signs, wider lane markings, better lighting at intersections. And this not only makes older drivers safer, it makes all drivers safer. When you have a clear and more easily understandable driving environment, it helps to reduce traffic crashes and traffic fatalities.
But in Florida, the elderly are not the only ones responsible for fatal road accidents. All populations are considered here, especially young people. And for them, accidents occur peak during one period in particular, the Easter vacation. The phenomenon is linked to a celebration known as spring break. During this 2-week vacation, students from all over the country gather in Miami Beach to celebrate the end of their school year and reaching the age of 21. A period of debauchery and excess for students who for the first time have legal access to alcohol.
So you have the young kids getting drunk, partying, they want to, swim and have fun. The hotels get packed. So the streets get packed with cars, with just pedestrians alone.
So, you know, it's not just spring break here. There's spring break, there's urban weekend, there's all sorts of holidays that people come to Florida and, you know, concerts and music festivals like Ultra and things like that. People come here to party.
Spring break is like, it's the new craze.
Festivities that cause many problems on Miami Beach's roads make it a town fraught with danger. The combination of parties, alcohol, and driving creates an explosive situation on the roads.
You know, the more people that congregate, the more for, you know, events around drinking and drugs, the worse it's going to be on our roads. In Florida, we're one of the states with the highest drunk driving crashes and drunk driving fatalities. So it's not completely surprising that we're consistently in the top 10 most dangerous states in the country.
Driving under the influence of alcohol, not just a problem, a veritable scourge in Florida. Accidents that regularly make the headlines, especially on spring break. Crashes are always spectacular, with tragic and dramatic consequences for families. Heather Geronimus, 40, lost her father in a road accident, a tragedy linked to a drunk driver. Since then, this mother of a daughter has made this cause her hobby horse. As part of an association, she now travels the roads to raise public awareness of these phenomena.
So on January 24th, 2009, my father, Dr. Robert Geronimus, was crossing the street on foot on Brickell, and a drunk driver blew a red light at a very high rate of speed and struck my father. My father flew 75 feet into the middle of Brickell, and he died there, and the driver continued to drive.
The drunk driver fled the scene, leaving Heather's father to succumb to his injuries. A few weeks later, the man was found and given a 6-year prison sentence.
And it's not just my story. There's over 10,000 victims of drunk driving, the families of 10,000 victims of drunk driving in this country every year. And all of us have a loss that will never be replaced. And it never ever had to happen.
Sadly, it's far from an isolated case. In the United States, 1/3 of all traffic accidents are linked to drunk driving, a social phenomenon responsible for over 300,000 injuries a year. And Florida is no exception. For over 20 years, this man has witnessed the cruelty of drunk driving and road accidents.
We have 2 cameras over here. We have a camera over there, and over there you have 2 more cameras. It's a lot of cameras in and around the building.
Mitch Novick, 57, is the owner of this hotel, located in the heart of Miami Beach's most festive district between Ocean Drive and Washington Avenue. 2 thoroughfares famous for their bars and discos, a favorite spot for young partygoers.
So here's my security system. It has 35 active cameras showing.
Exasperated by the situation, the manager fitted a CCTV system. His objective is to film the accidents linked to the ravages of alcohol that plague his neighborhood. Images that he then posts on social networks.
Alcohol and dance performances on the public right-of-way, which I've always argued is the crux of the problem. That is what fuels the carnival-like atmosphere that everybody is witnessing. That's another reason why I became so adapted putting videos out of the craziness and chaos that occurs in this neighborhood.
His cameras do indeed reveal a chaotic atmosphere in Miami Beach. The result is a chain of incivilities and accidents. Fighting, score settling, all manner of crime and road accidents. Drunk drivers taking undue risks. Like this driver, speeding away well over the speed limit after hitting a motorcyclist without even stopping.
It's a dangerous situation. This behavior is largely fueled by alcohol, drugs, and youth.
It's a crisis for a city that knows Lieutenant Brendan Byrne well.
We gotta do what we do best.
I do alcohol and drugs.
A local fire chief, in his 25-year career, he has faced some unimaginable situations.
Spring break, over the years, I've seen, you name it, pretty much everything. Seen guys climb up the coconut trees, get the coconuts down and fall 20 feet, major trauma alerts. I've seen a guy jump off a building just as we're driving along. I saw him jump off a building from the 33rd floor. You can expect anything. Spring break, you got a lot of the younger crowd. They're from out of town, so they don't know the roads, they don't know the areas most of the time. A little bit irresponsible, and they'll take more risks, and you'll see a lot more accidents.
Accidents occur all the year round in the city that never sleeps. But in Miami Beach, one particular location is the focus of attention: the MacArthur Causeway. It's the exit point from Miami Beach's festive area, linking South Beach to downtown Miami. This 6-kilometer bridge, perched 21 meters above the waves across Biscayne Bay, has become a perilous route for drunk drivers.
There's always major accidents. People are here, they drink, they drive, and when they go to leave the beach, they've been driving so slow in the side streets that when they actually get to the bridge and it opens up to the highway, they gun it, and they're drunk, they, can't handle the speed or make the wrong turn, or they're, not knowing what other people are doing. So it's, most of our major accidents will be on the highways as they leave Miami Beach. MacArthur Causeway is where I've seen many rollovers, accidents, loss of lives.
A road in the spotlight that regularly makes headlines. In recent years, hundreds of accidents have been recorded here.
Less accidents, it's just people's decision making.
When you get behind the wheel after having alcohol in your system, you're making a choice. There's no reason that alcohol in a vehicle should ever be mixed. These are just 100% preventable crimes that we all have the power to change, because nobody should ever get behind the wheel if they're drug or alcohol impaired. People know in this state that the consequences are not as harsh as they are in other states, in other countries, so they take the risk more times than not. Statistics show that people drive drunk 80 times before they're caught. So that's 79 times that someone has taken the risk before they get caught. So, if I could change anything in the state of Florida, it would be the laws that, tell people right now, essentially, that you'll probably be okay getting home.
The figures continue to rack up because in Florida, the law forbids police to carry out random alcohol checks, except in cases of odd or dangerous driving. Yet other measures could be instigated in an attempt to change mindsets.
There are 34 states with what's called first-time ignition interlock offender laws, which means if you commit a drunk driving offense, you would have to have a ignition interlock in your car for a certain period of time to start the car. So there are 34 states that have that as a first-time offender. We do not have that in the state of Florida as a first-time offender. That would certainly both prohibit more people from doing it because they would be afraid to have that kind of penalty, but it would also stop people from repeating the offense, because we also see many repeat offenders on our road.
In Miami Beach, drunk driving isn't the only reason for road accidents. Another phenomenon has increased accidents tenfold in the past 8 years. This powerful rental vehicle in the hands of some pleasure seekers can become a veritable killing machine, the slingshot. A three-wheeler that's part motorcycle, part go-kart, length 3.8 meters, width 2 meters. This steel monster has 4 cylinders, 173 horsepower, and can reach 100 kilometers an hour in under 5 seconds. An extreme vehicle with a top speed of 210 kilometers an hour. Ground-level driving is a new toy for thrill seekers. The trouble is, any vacationer with a driver's license can rent this veritable rocket and drive through the traffic.
Yeah, the new thing is those slingshots. So it's between a motorcycle and a scooter put together, and they're so low to the ground, so anything like a big SUV, they really won't see them. They have a lot of power, they go very fast in a short distance.
There's a huge rental market because, you know, it's a lot of people that live in the north aren't going to own a slingshot to drive 2 or 3 months out of the year.
It has caused dozens of accidents in recent years, many tragic with serious consequences.
If you're driving aggressively on a scooter or driving aggressively in one of the slingshots, if there's an accident, you're more than likely to get hurt. The mortality rate and severity of accidents between 25 miles an hour point of impact and 30 miles an hour is huge to the body. And there's a lot of studies that validate that.
People don't wear helmets. You know, they come around here and they want to look cool without their helmets.
Because in Florida, it is not required to wear a helmet.
And they're very popular in Miami Beach, but they're not very safe for Miami Beach, I'll tell you that. And the accidents, we've been getting those more and more every day. The slingshot.
If we are seeing that throughout, then, you know, we should put laws in place that they have to have some kind of a driving permit or an endorsement on their license from other different areas, because a lot of these people don't live here. These are people coming from out of town that want to rent these things. It's like renting a scooter.
All of these other vehicles are adding to the, I guess, you know, the kind of craziness of the roads.
The Florida madness doesn't stop there. The worst place for accidents, making Florida one of the deadliest states in the U.S., is right here, on its freeways. Florida has 4 of them, which combined make a total of 2,410 kilometers of road. Between 2015 and 2019, 15,541 people lost their lives on them. The figures are well above the national average.
Florida has some of the most heavily traveled roads and highways across the country, and that includes large trucks, which are very critical to Florida's economy, but obviously that's also putting a lot of wear and tear in the system.
The freeway with the most tragedies and deaths nationwide is Interstate 4, a road that Jesse Webb has traveled daily for over 20 years.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to Train Sim World 5. Today is our craziest day yet. You can't even see the end of the train. So we're going to be driving from Houston to Los Angeles, and we have nearly 100 cars filled with concrete. This train is over a mile long. I don't even know how much it weighs. It's going to tell us here in a second. This is our biggest job yet. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 locos up front here, dude. This is about to be absolutely insane. I'm ready to test our wits. Very excited for this one. So let's get into our cab here, and let's take a seat in the engineer's seat. It should tell us the exact stats. We've got 95 train cars. It is 14,309.5 tons. That is 28,619,000 pounds. Somebody decided it's a good idea to give me control of this thing. It is 5,760.7 feet long, which, if you don't know, a mile is 5,280. So we are well over a mile long on this train. In fact, it's so long that when we're outside, we're up front, right? If we want to go to the back of the train, the game has to load. This is the back side of the train. We've got 3 more engines back here. Oh my goodness, dude, this is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Look at how far that is. Let's take a look from the map here. So this is the front of our train, and all the way back here, that's where we're currently looking at. This is going to be insane. So we're going to get this thing going. Generator field on. We are going to throw on the headlights. Probably on dim is fine. Let's put the reverser in forward. We are going to release our automatic brake. We're going to apply just a little bit of throttle. I'm going to apply just a little bit of throttle, maybe throttle 2. We want to make sure we're getting a little bit of effort. There we go. All right, so we're going to, let's just release our independent brake, and then we're going to go full throttle. And we are going to see if we can get out of here, dude. Hundreds of thousands of pounds. 95 cars. So we're over 100 cars in total here. 95, like, cement cars. This is about to be ridiculous. I got to go outside to witness this. This is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Don't mind me ghost riding the train. Denzel's going to have to come save us. I've seen the comments. I've got to watch Unstoppable, I know. Look at this thing go. We're in the 15-mile-an-hour range here, so things are looking pretty good. Let me open the window. Let's get some fresh air as we're just kind of starting up. It does look like we're going to be getting into a 50-mile-an-hour zone here in a second. I just cannot believe the size and the bulk of this thing. This is ridiculous. Yeah, we just passed the sign. We're in a 50-mile-an-hour zone, but the thing is the rear end is not. So we've got to go all the way back to the back here, and we're not going to be able to go past 30 until we get there, so it's going to be a while. But the fact that it takes so long for it to switch is just killing me, dude. That is so funny. Look at this thing. Just an absolute monster. Still full speed ahead. We're up to 26, which is good. Everything, this should be a fairly simple route. We've got a couple of curves. I think a bigger curve here. I'm curious to see what our speed is going to be looking like there, but it seems pretty straightforward all the way down to Los Angeles down here. The biggest thing is going to be stopping. I am a little bit worried about that, but we're just going to have to keep an eye out. Actually, one thing I want to do right now, we're going to let the entire train pass us, okay? So I'm going to set up the camera, and it's just going to be real time, the entire mile-long train going by. Hopefully we're not going to start speeding. We're at 26, but we're on a 1% grade, so we should be okay. So let me get this thing out in front of it. Got a nice bridge here, so here we go. This is a train over a mile long. That took way longer than I thought it was going to. I cannot believe we are piloting this right now. One thing I really liked is each of the train cars had like a number inscribed on the side to, you know, keep track of it. Never really thought about that, but I bet it's pretty easy to end up losing a train car when you have this many of them. But yeah, all right, back up at the captain's chair. We've got 25 miles till our destination, which is 26 miles from the back of the train. Bro, that is so ridiculous. 0.3% grade. We are up to a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, and we are still just going 25 miles an hour. There's really not much we can do, but low and slow, just burning coal, baby, just getting through, getting it done, just lugging some lead. I don't even know what to call it. The back of the train won't even load in this view. Dude, this is so freaking ridiculous. Look at this. Bro, this thing is in last year. This is still in COVID, bro. This is the back of this train's in 2020. Dude, we have such a long way to go. Look at this. So we're all the way up here, and the back of the train.
Oh, it's not done updating. Shut up!
Is all the way back there. It's going through a curve that we went through like 5 minutes ago. I'm a little bit worried about the stopping portion of this, I'll be honest. Obviously, this part right now, not bad at all. We're chilling. We're going 27. We've got plenty of space to be water towers. Retirement made easy. Honest Billy's. Interesting. Under a little overpass here, but we have a reduction in speed through here, although that looks pretty flat. You know, it's pretty plain.
Taken through the operation of this SD-70 ACE in Union Pacific livery.
Wow! It's almost like it's real. Take a seat.
The control and fuel pump button Now we can set the isolation switch to run. The generator field, engine run, and control and fuel pump buttons will need to be activated in the lead locomotive. The engine run button allows control of all of the diesel engines in the consist from this cab. We will now need to configure the brakes for the type of operations that we will be performing.
What want me to do? I'm not gonna remember all this shit.
The engine is now run, and we can depart. Set the switch as indicated. We'll need to set the lights for correct operation. The reverser determines. Let's shut down this cab and head to the one in the lead unit.
Stuff like a train when it derailed. Let's be honest. What?
Climb down and make your way to the lead loco. Now we will need to set up this loco for operation. The reverser determines the direction of travel. Once again, apply some power. Great work. That concludes the basics of operating this locomotive.
How we doing on Twitch? How we doing on Kick? I might have to run to the gas station. To the gas station. All right. Oh yeah.
Welcome to driver training. Today you'll be learning how to perform hill starts and also switch to dynamic brakes when descending.
Oh, no.
You will need to configure the lead locomotive each time you take over.
Okay. We'll be right back. It sounds like I'm about to fuck this up. Start stressing out over this damn train. Because we're about to go for the craziest shit I want to try. Here we go. Let's go. Instituting a new level of privilege. something clear here. Okay.
To stop the formation rolling backwards, we will need to apply the throttle while the brakes are still applied. If you apply power too quickly, the wheels will slip. Now, slowly release the brake. If you are struggling for grip, apply sand to increase traction.
Come on. I'm gonna take a quick break. I just fucking created a runaway train.